In a world where everyone is busy pretending to be special, where social media turns insecurity into competition, one man decided to call out the nonsense, rudely. Welcome to The Rudest Book Ever by Shwetabh Gangwar. This isn't a motivational book, it's a wake-up call. And trust me, it's going to hurt, in the best way possible. You're watching Gang Readers, where we read between the lines of the world's most thought-provoking books. Hit that subscribe button if you're ready to think different. Chapter 1. You're not special. Everyone grows up being told they're special. Parents say it, teachers repeat it, and society reinforces it, until reality hits. Shwetabh Gangwar brutally breaks this illusion. You're not special, you're replaceable. And that's not an insult. It's freedom. Because when you stop believing that the world owes you anything, you finally stop expecting things to happen for you and start making them happen by you. He says that the obsession with being special leads to insecurity. People try to stand out to feel valuable, but real confidence comes from accepting yourself as ordinary, then doing extraordinary things anyway. When you stop comparing yourself, you become unstoppable. Chapter 2. People are weird. According to Gangwar, humans are irrational and emotional creatures, not logical beings. We make decisions based on feelings, then justify them with logic later. This means, don't expect people to always act rationally or fairly. Instead of being shocked when someone behaves badly, understand it's part of human nature. The author suggests studying people, their motives, fears, and desires. Like a scientist. When you observe instead of judging, you stop taking things personally. It's not about hating people, it's about understanding the mess that makes them human. Chapter 3. Don't be a slave to your mind. Your mind isn't always your friend. Sometimes it's your biggest manipulator. Gangwar explains how thoughts are automatic. They pop up from habits, fears, and conditioning. Most people get trapped, believing every thought is true. The key is to separate you from your mind. Watch your thoughts like traffic. Some are useful, most are noise. When you realize you're not your thoughts, you gain control. That's where mental freedom starts. Not by forcing positivity, but by seeing clearly what's real and what's just noise. Chapter 4. Value yourself based on your philosophy. Society trains us to seek validation from grades, money, looks, or popularity. Gangwar flips the script. Value yourself based on your personal philosophy. That means defining your own principles, what kind of person you want to be, what values guide you, and measuring yourself against them, not others. He argues that without a personal philosophy, you'll always be lost, chasing random goals society sets. The moment you start living by your philosophy, life becomes simple. You stop being reactive, and you start being authentic. Chapter 5. Learn to handle rejection. Rejection is one of the most powerful teachers, yet most people fear it like death. Gangwar says rejection isn't about you being worthless, it's about compatibility. A job, a person, or a group rejecting you simply means you don't fit there, not that you don't fit anywhere. Instead of crying over rejection, analyze it. Learn from it. Every rejection filters out the wrong people and opportunities, bringing you closer to what's right. When you treat rejection as feedback, not failure, you build emotional muscle, and that's real confidence. Chapter 6. Be emotionally self-sufficient. Depending on others for happiness is a trap. Gangwar emphasizes emotional independence, being your own source of peace and validation. That doesn't mean isolating yourself. It means not needing someone else to feel whole. He encourages readers to understand that love, friendship, and connection are beautiful, but they should be choices, not dependencies. Once you learn to be content alone, relationships become richer and healthier because they're built on want, not need. Chapter 7. Stop trying to please everyone. People-pleasing looks polite, but it's a silent form of slavery. Gangwar exposes how constantly trying to make everyone happy leaves you empty and disrespected. The truth? You can't please everyone, and you shouldn't try to. He suggests learning to say no unapologetically. Being rude isn't the goal. Being honest is. When you stop living for approval, you attract people who genuinely respect you. Freedom begins the moment you stop performing for others. Chapter 8. Learn how to think. Most people don't think, They copy. They absorb opinions from social media, family, and culture without questioning them. Gangwar urges readers to become independent thinkers, to analyze ideas, not just accept them. He says that thinking isn't about having opinions. It's about having reasons for your opinions. Real thinking happens when you challenge your own beliefs. Once you start thinking independently, you stop being emotionally manipulated by society or trends. You become your own person, rare and powerful. Chapter 9. Understand people instead of hating them. Hate is easy. Understanding takes effort. Gangwar points out that most people's actions come from insecurity, fear, or confusion, not evil. When you understand that, you gain empathy without being naive. He advises us to stop labeling people as good or bad, and instead focus on why they do what they do. Understanding gives you clarity and control. It allows you to deal with others calmly, instead of reacting with anger or frustration. It's not about being nice. It's about being wise. Chapter 10. Be problem-oriented, not emotion-oriented. Finally, Gangwar closes the book with a mindset shift. Stop reacting emotionally, start solving logically. Most people drown in emotions when life hits hard. They complain, blame, or overthink. But problems don't care about your feelings. He says the smartest people focus on, what can I do now, instead of why me? Being problem-oriented doesn't make you cold, it makes you strong. You stop suffering unnecessarily and start taking charge of your life, one logical step at a time. Final thought. Shwetabh Gangwar's message is simple yet powerful. Stop being fragile. Stop chasing validation. Build your own mind. The world doesn't owe you respect. Earn it by knowing who you are and living by it. In the end, the Rudest Book Ever isn't about being rude to others. It's about being ruthlessly honest with yourself.